Welcome back, everyone. My name is Eric Paulzine with 9 to 5 Sports. Going to be getting into the fades for the PGA Championship. We'll be coming out with the value plays video as well for those of you guys that are used to these videos. That's going to be a separate video as well. Just want to cover this one a little bit more in depth than normal. A little bit more players in this field. So let's get into that right now. So I'm not directly fading these four. There are going to be four players that I am directly fading. These four players to me are just priced up a little bit too much. Now, it's great to see Rory go out and win at the Wells Fargo Championship. That was awesome to see. But, he has been a little bit hit or miss. And I know he's kind of the defending champ of this course, won in 2012. That is great. But I still worry about him as a pick, given the overall quality of his game. If he was maybe the fourth highest priced player on the slate, I would have thought about it. But given the fact that he is the highest priced player on the slate, it's a little bit difficult to see him as a pick that we should be on this week. Tony Finau been a little bit hit or miss as well. We know if he can put it together, he's going to be, a solid play, but just worried about his recent form. Same thing with Tommy Fleetwood. This would be a great Tommy Fleetwood course, especially because he shouldn't get as penalized by some of his mishits that he's had that have been really penalizing to him. This would be a solid course for him, but still the price point's a little bit too much. And then I really don't know what was going on with Justin Rose at his current price point. We can see how all of them grade out on the model this week. Tony Finau does grade out pretty well, whereas Rory, given the recent form, that makes sense. Tommy Fleetwood, given the recent form, given the stat fit, that makes sense. And Justin Rose just been, playing horrible. So these guys are fades that I'm kind of indirectly going out of my way not to play, mostly just due to price point. It's just tough to end up on them at their price points, whereas these players I'm going to highlight here are going to be players that I am going to be directly fading. So Bubba Watson is going to be the first one that I'm going to be fading, and Bubba has actually been playing pretty well recently. Only ranks out 51st in the model though at 7.5. There's a lot of quality plays in that 7K price point range that you can go ahead and play, that we don't have to force in Bubba Watson. Now, I do want to point out the fact that he has been playing really well, though, recently, and that's kind of why this is more of a bold fade. We know that Bubba is a longer hitter as well. A lot of people are going to be targeting those longer hitters. But for me, I want to be playing a little bit of those safer picks in this price point range. I do want to point out as well that Bubba Watson is one of the worst players in the field in windy conditions as well. Kind of shocking there, but he ranks out like bottom 5 in the field in windy conditions. Kind of crazy there. I did not expect that when I was doing my deep dive this week. Then we're going to look at a similar player that I'm going to be fading for a similar reason. We're looking at Matt Kuchar. Matt Kuchar ranked out bottom 10% in players in windy conditions as well. We know that the PGA Championship is projecting to be pretty windy both on Thursday and Friday. It's supposed to be over 20 mile per hour winds, and then not as bad on Sunday and Saturday thus far, around 15 mile per hour winds. Still, Matt Kuchar has not played well in those windy conditions. He did play well recently. I still have to add in his recent finish there. Recording this on Sunday, so we don't know the exact results from that tournament just yet, but the recent form has been better for Matt Kuchar as well. So, it is kind of more of a bold fade. He typically is able to make the cut in majors as well. So two players that I just don't feel like we should be playing. They're bad in windy conditions, and I just don't want to play them. And then the next two fades are going to be players that are kind of just easier fades, just haven't been playing well. Jason Day continues to play poorly. The only thing that is really going well for him is that his H1 and H2 history, once again, this is comp course history, kind of combined comp course history that I had to go off of. That as well. He typically does play well in the bigger events. Great for Jason Day there, but I can't play him given his recent form. Going to continue to fade him as well. And we are going to look at Patrick Canttley, who is another fade for me this week. Once again, he's going to put it together here shortly, but 3 straight missed cuts, 4 out of 5 missed cuts. He hasn't been playing well. It seems like there's something mental going on there with him. He has the tools to really go out and play well. I mean, shoot, he ranks out top 7 this week. Just someone that I really can't play at 9K. There's a lot of better players in that price point range compared to Patrick Canttley. A lot safer plays compared to Patrick Canttley. Now, sure, could he, put it all together and, get a top 10 finish? He easily could. He actually didn't rank out that poorly in terms of windy conditions as well. So more of a bold fade there for 9K for Patrick Canttley. Not a bad price point, but there's other players around his price point range like Daniel Berger that you can drop down to that are going to be a little bit safer play with just as much upside. But that's all I have for you guys for this fades video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give me a like and subscribe. Definitely make sure to be checking the channel for a lot more videos for the PGA Championship that are coming. The Vanity plays, the sleeper plays, and the shoulder shrug plays. Also came out with a video kind of going over the basic PGA DFS lineup process that you should be doing, contest entry process that you should be doing. Just a good video for anyone to go out and watch, to maybe just rethink, retool the way that they should be playing PGA DFS. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and as always, let's keep cashing.